A beautiful book cover can still fail. It can disappear at thumbnail size, signal the wrong genre, or look polished on the front while breaking the moment you need a spine, a back cover, and a printer-ready file. In this walkthrough, I will show you how Booksey Cover Studio moves from a manuscript idea to 4 distinct cover directions, then into an editable ebook cover and a complete print wrap. We are using a fictional literary mystery called The House Between Tides, so you can see the whole process without exposing a real manuscript. The workflow begins with the information a human designer would ask for: title, author, genre, synopsis, and the format you are preparing. If this is an ebook, we can focus on the front cover. If it is a print edition, Booksey also asks for trim size and page count because those details affect the spine and full wrap dimensions. For our demo, the story follows Mara Venn, an architectural conservator who returns to a storm-battered island to restore her childhood home. She discovers that a room erased from the original plans may explain her sister's disappearance. The tone is restrained, atmospheric, and unsettling rather than violent. That distinction matters. A generic prompt like "mysterious house by the sea" could produce a serviceable image, but it would not necessarily produce the right promise for this reader. Booksey uses the synopsis to build what we call story DNA: the protagonist, central conflict, setting, recurring symbols, emotional temperature, and genre signals that should survive visually. Here, the strongest ingredients are the isolated house, tidal water, missing architecture, a red survey thread, and Mara's professional way of seeing the world. The important point is that the cover art is generated without fake title text baked into the image. Art and typography stay separate. That means the title remains editable, readable, and consistent when the design changes. It also reduces one of the most obvious signs of low-quality AI cover art: almost letters and accidental words hiding inside the image. Instead of treating the first image as the answer, Cover Studio can generate 4 meaningfully different directions. The bold title direction gives typography most of the shelf impact, with a simple tidal shape underneath. The art-led direction uses a close crop of a weathered floor plan meeting seawater. The elegant literary direction leaves more negative space and introduces the red survey thread as a quiet symbol. The commercial shelf direction makes the house silhouette and incoming tide instantly legible at small size. These are not 4 color filters on the same composition. They are different visual arguments about the book. At this stage, I would test each one at thumbnail size before choosing. A cover that only works when it fills your monitor is not ready for an online bookstore. For The House Between Tides, the elegant literary direction feels most accurate. It suggests mystery without promising a fast thriller, and the red thread gives the eye one memorable detail. Now we move into composition. The textless artwork becomes the background, while the title and author name sit in a separate typography system. We can adjust hierarchy, spacing, placement, color, and contrast without regenerating the artwork. Notice how the title is large enough to survive the thumbnail test, but it does not cover the red thread. The author name is clear without competing with the title. Safe margins keep important text away from trim edges. For a print edition, Booksey expands the design into a full wrap. The selected trim size and page count determine the layout. The spine receives the title and author name. The back cover has space for the blurb and author bio, and the barcode zone stays reserved instead of becoming an unpleasant surprise at upload time. This is also where visual continuity matters. The atmosphere carries across the spine and back, rather than looking like 3 unrelated panels placed side by side. If the direction is close but not right, the useful question is not, "Can I get another random cover?" It is, what specifically should change? Cover Studio lets you refine mood, palette, intensity, and style, then regenerate with that direction in mind. For example, we can make this cover less dramatic, cool the palette, and give the house more breathing room. Or we can ask for greater commercial impact while keeping the same story symbols. The goal is controlled exploration, preserving what works and changing the part that does not. Every generated result still deserves human review. Check genre fit, title and author readability, balance, story specificity, and any visual artifacts. AI can accelerate exploration, but the author remains responsible for choosing what honestly represents the book. Once the design is approved, the ebook cover can be exported as a 1600 by 2560 JPG or as a PNG. For print, Cover Studio can export a 300 dpi PDF full wrap prepared around the specifications used by KDP or Ingram Spark. That does not mean a retailer or printer is guaranteed to approve every file without review. Page count, paper choice, bleed, trim, and platform requirements can change the final specification. Booksey prepares the cover package and keeps the layout disciplined. You should still inspect the exported file and run the platform's own preview and validation before publishing. The value of Cover Studio is not simply that it makes an image. It connects story understanding, distinct creative directions, readable typography, print composition, and practical export in one workflow. Start with the book. Compare directions at thumbnail size. Refine with intent. Then validate the final file before it goes anywhere public. If your manuscript is approaching the publishing stage, create a free account at booksey.io and open Cover Studio from the publishing console. Your cover should not just look attractive. It should tell the right reader what kind of story is waiting for them.